Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Golden Lap. We're here for race 7. Race 7. And the championship is, well, once again, it's rather close, isn't it? It's rather close again. Which is to be expected. We'll have a quick look at the standings, which currently show Edward King top of the pile again after a really good race in the last outing, race number 6, where Anders Nilsson kinda, let his team down, and Edward King has got a 30-point gap up top, which is just incredible. Team standings, we are 16 points clear. Again, that's mostly because of Anders Nilsson kind of having a bit of a bad race, and us benefiting from that with a nice 1 and 4 out in Japan. So next up will be in Canada. But before we go then, it is time for the press conference. So the first comment from Danny, who gives a congratulations on the victory, a gritty victory. Thank you, Danny. I'd really like to see you push on at least the in-lap before pitting. Not just for the RP of it all, but I think it's smart strategy anyway. I do tend to do that. Like, sometimes I don't, depending on, like, situations and what I'm thinking about. I do tend to do that, so it's a good idea, Danny. Sometimes I'll definitely do it. Other times I'll probably forget. The burn at the end strategy is what I go for. But Danny also says, maybe you want to protect your quali position at the start by at least a burn, push burn, some kind of combo on the first lap. And yeah, I also think that's not a bad idea. So happy to implement that. It won't be every race. Like last race, I didn't do it because it said it was raining and we had just been burned by a DNF. So I was hoping, well, I didn't really want to tempt fate, so to speak. I didn't want another DNF. And it turned out all right anyway, because we got the win and we came fourth alongside that. So it did work out. But yeah, good comment, Danny. I hear you. I take on board more or less every comment. So yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, Laughing Dead, for the congratulations. We're over 900 now. We're at 904. Keep going. Let's just keep going. Opa. I would have chosen a one-stop strategy, but the two-stop worked surprisingly well. Thank you. Press conference. The last 2 races will most likely be in wet conditions, and therefore Rainmaster Nilsson might win those 2. Edward King has to perform exceptionally well in the next 2 races, probably winning the South African GP. Yeah, you're correct. If we take a look at the calendar, you can see there are races that are most likely going to be in the rain, which means Nilsson's going to have an advantage and a qualifying advantage. He has that anyway. So it is going to be really important to try and have good races now and not leave it to chance, basically. Build up points, build up a gap in the points, and just try and win the championship now. Absolutely. You're definitely correct, Oppa. Thank you for that one. Adam Hammer also says, yeah, some cars did save tyres. Everyone in the top 7 burned fuel. Something to consider. So just kind of adding on to Danny's point, I appreciate. Punk, I appreciate you as well. Cody says, all hail King Edward. Are the rumours true that King requested to be put on the medium tyres despite the crew pushing for hards in the second pit stop? We had asked King in another interview and he said, I don't tend to swear on the channel, so I'm not going to say it, but something we ball. So I'm sure you can pick up what that is. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to contend with what the drivers think is the best option. Other times, I think I know what the best option is, but no one is going to get it right every time. So that's something to remember. Hitch and Baz says, 2 races without face cam and we ended up doing badly. We bring back the face cam, we finish first, so never allowed to get rid of the face cam. Yeah, maybe. Press conference for the last few races. Both drivers have started poorly, lost a lot of positions. Do you think a change of strategy is needed? Yeah, I think so. The fact that so many of you guys are saying, come on, the start strategy needs to improve. Yeah, look, you're probably right. We'll do that. We'll do it. That's it. That's all I can say. We will fix it up. Thank you to Panos, to Giorgio, to Adam again, to Punk again, to Laughing again, and Giorgio again. A change of strategy on the wet conditions from Giorgio. If it's a wet trap, maybe focus on handling. That's not a bad idea. That's actually probably a... pardon me, that's probably a pretty intuitive idea. So I respect that. Last question from Adam. How do you feel like your performances in the last and decisions in the last race? Were you bailed out by the drivers? Maybe. Maybe we were. Anyway, that is the press conference done, guys. Thank you so much for all of your comments, all of your questions. The press conference is, you know, it's a part of the series now. It's not going anywhere. And with that, let's get into the pre-race. So we're going to go into the garage. I'm going to move my game screen over here so I'm not looking over there. I'm looking over here. And what are we going to do? Well, we do still have good money, so we probably could build another part. The weakest top level part is down here. Yep, it's going to be... Is it going to be... What's can it... It's probably a chassis track. Chassis... Maybe handling... Not... Oh, I don't know. Let's go with a chassis. Why am I going with the chassis? Well, I will explain. I'm giving the better parts to Russo to try and get the team score going up. Which means Edward King gets the second best part. By building the chassis, that second best part is still pretty strong. You know, it's still pretty good. And we want to make sure we're 60 plus on these parts. So that's all I'm going to do. That's all our money gone anyway. All these upgrades in other parts that I kind of put a bit of money into just to keep us ticking over. I do feel like, you know, a couple of seasons back I was spending too much on the upgrades. Now I am more sparing. But I still want to upgrade a little bit. You know, you can't go to every race with like a part that hasn't been worked on for 10 races or 6 races or whatever. So yeah, we still use the upgrades, but a lot more sparingly, and we always build a part first. Just for good practice. So Russo once again has got the quicker car, but Edward King, his car is improving rapidly. And that's going to be that for the pre-race. Let's get into the quali. Canadian GP, cold qualifying. Here we go. Renata Pane of Vernier partied a bit too hard. Okay, Edward King. No. That is not what we want from Edward King. This looks like it's going to be a really quick lap, like 50 seconds or something like that. How fast is it? I reckon it's going to be really fast. It's a minute. It's going to be less than a minute. Okay, so we've gone 1 and 2. No, scratch that. We are now 4 and 5 and probably going to be less. 4 and 6. Edward King. We are going to focus on handling. Oh, that was a good one at the end there. 29, just below average. Same again. We'll focus on handling. $27. Wow, actually less. That's unfortunate. But out we go. Now, we are hoping that we do get a... Sorry, ×2 speed. We are hoping we get Edward King to say, I'm focused up, I'm ready to go. But there's no guarantee, because if he is, you know, hanging, let's say, then he's not going to be able to put in focused laps. Even then, without that, he's gone second, which is pretty good. Russo in 5th. Edward King jumps up to 2nd. I think it might be tough for us to get a pole. But we'll try. We will try. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Okay. Again, the tuning wasn't the best there, but it wasn't so bad. Nielsen went fastest, but Paul Woods is currently setting a lap time of 2 purples and has gone fastest again. So we are slowly dropping down the leaderboard again. But we'll bounce back because we're putting in green sectors as we speak. 3rd place, and Russo 2nd place. Wow, Giovanni Russo. That was a good freaking lap. Yeah, really good. Okay, continuing on. Boom, there we go. Love that. Next focus, let's go. I mean, the engine's the next best. So I'm going to go engine. And because it's such a short lap, it shouldn't really matter. We should be able to get golden tunes across the board. Nice. Slightly risky at the end there, but it paid off. And out they go. So, 3 and 5 with Wayland currently locking out the front row. Respect. Oh, but Nielsen's gone purple, and purple sector 3. Again, green sectors from the boys. King goes 5th, and Russo goes 3rd. Lovely. That's really, really good. They're actually performing really well. Both drivers. Okay, let's go. Yeah, let's go engine again. Okay. 24 and 0. Oh, no, don't pit Edward King. Oh, that's a bit of traffic for Edward. He's gone purple, but he's in a bit of traffic. Doesn't seem to matter. He's gone purple anyway. But Anders Nielsen is about to break that, it seems. 2 purple sectors off. Round he goes, and oh my word, down to a 101. Wow. Brilliant. Okay. 2 golden tunes for Edward King is looking good. 1 part to go. We're only halfway through the session, so this is... It's kind of crazy, isn't it? It's kind of... We're burning through the tuning really, really quickly. Let's just hope we can do it for both drivers. Russo's side of the garage is not tuning as well. But, you know, there's plenty of time. Oh, there we go. King is in the zone, so I'm expecting a real fast lap. Only greens. Goes back to 2nd by not very much. Russo's currently in 8th and goes 3rd. Very good. Russo is kind of surprising me a little bit. With some really good performances. These laps are impressive. Tell me if you agree. I think Russo's doing quite well. Risky. Paid off. Boom. Lovely. Well done. Okay, still plenty of time to go. This qualifying is going to come down to the last couple of laps. Nielsen once again goes very quickly. Edward King is just behind him on track. Try and use that slipstream. Russo's going green. I'm going to guess Russo goes into 2nd here. He does. Nielsen's gone sub 60 seconds, sub 1 minute. Really good. There we go. Okay. Edward King is all set. Fully set. Ready to go. Just absolutely just putting in the lap times. That's all it is. Putting in the lap times. Putting in the lap times. And making sure we improve with every lap. Okay, that wasn't so bad. That was a pretty good tuning session for Russo, which we do need as well. And out we go. Edward King starts his lap. Green. Green again. Into third. Russo doesn't look like he's going to be able to improve. Goes at 1:02.40. Does not improve. But we just keep sending the cars out. Just keep going. We're going to try and get the golden tune. Is it going to be this? It could be. Not quite. Okay, very close though. A cold, brisk qualifying is going to end with golden tunes across the board. King is setting green sectors. Yellow flag Thompson. Crashes from 10th, which is unfortunate. But we should be able to get another lap out. The problem is that we don't actually get a chance for Russo to tune up unless we send him out now. So that's what we're going to do. We'll wait for Edward King. There's no point Edward King driving out there. But there is a point to Russo driving out there because we want to get that tune. Which is exactly what Janssen is doing as well. So speed up. Set the lap time. Get back. Edward King is in a big old load of traffic. And we want to get that golden tune. And then send him out, go, 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 go. I don't think he's going to have the time. I don't think he's going to have the chance to get back. Let's see. So, King can't even focus. And again, the traffic is horrendous. And that is going to be that. So, unfortunately, we don't get the chance to set the lap times. We're going to start second, fourth, and fifth. King just ahead of Russo. Only just out-qualified him. Who is to say who actually would have been faster had we been given the opportunity to actually race at the end there? Who is to say? Now, my camera is looking a little bit, there we go. Let's make that a little bit brighter. Because I'm a little bit kind of grey. Didn't look very, very fun. There we go. Now you can see me. Okay, it's race time. You know the deal. The deal is mediums and hards. Mediums for King. Hards for Russo. Oh, Jürgen Schutz from Ezzolini partied a bit too hard. James Fletcher partied a bit too hard. And it is 3, 4, 5 lights. And away we go. We are burning at the beginning. And it does prove that we get a position at the start. Unfortunately, Russo has lost a position. Make that 2. But Edward King has gained a position over Mendes at the start of the race. And now is chasing down Paul Woods. 1 lap already gone. There is 63 laps in total. Russo is in the zone. We will calm down Edward King now. And we will calm down Russo as well, who has made it back up to 6th position. Make that 5th position. And is now going to start chasing down the Waylands. They're both in the zone, but we've done the push, we've done the burn, and now we save fuel. We save the tyres, we run our own strategy, and we try and win this dang race. Let's go. Okay, we're at ×1 speed. I'm going to try and keep it at ×1 speed for as much of the race as possible. At the moment, while we're still early doors, we're going to watch it on 1 time speed. We're not going to rush ahead. We're going to see what we can do. So already, it kind of looks like Giovanni Russo is building up a bit of a gap to those cars behind. You can see the top 5. It's the Waylands, it's one of the Ezzolinis, and it's both of our drivers. Then there's a bit of a gap, and the others are, trying to chase us down. King's in the zone. Okay, let's let him have a push. Let's go. Cut that gap to Paul Woods, and maybe you can get the overtake done. 3.2. Already down to 3.1, make that 3.0, and the fastest lap from Edward King. Okay, so when we tell him to push, he's got it in the tank, you know, he's got it in the bank to be able to push and really cut the gap, which he's done. He's got it down to 1.4, so we'll tell him to calm down again. He's in the zone, which is great. It means he might be able to get the overtake done without pushing, which would be very, very good. Russo, let's see if you can catch Mendes. What is the gap currently? It is 6.4. Let's see how he goes. Can't focus, never mind. Okay, King is still right on Paul Wood's tail here. The front three, Nilsson, not really able to get away. Russo is kind of been caught up by Henri Lefebvre, but not really, you know, it's not really in danger. Still over a second away. And of course, Russo is on the slower tyre, so you could give him... Okay, had to take a pause. We are back. Nothing's changed. Russo, like I was saying, he is on the slower tyre, so if Henri Lefebvre does get past, it doesn't matter. We're running a different race. We'll get him back later. Don't worry about it, Russo. Don't worry about it. I'm back. And look at that. Henri Lefebvre has gone in the pits already. What are you worried about? You're running in 5th. You're running a different strategy. Do not worry about it at all. Okay. Righto. Estimating probably lap 24, 23, depending on if we push with Edward King for the pit stop. Whereas at about 10 for the hard tyre, unless, of course, there's yellow flags, in which case we might swap strategies and see what happens. Paul Woods has overtaken Edward King in the fastest lap race. Okay, lots of traffic now because cars are getting caught up, they're getting lapped. Lots of traffic around the track. We've got to navigate that as well. George Thompson with a slow stop. It has not been a fun weekend for George Thompson so far. Losing it in qualifying. Look at the amount of positions lost in the pits as well. It's rough to be... It's hard out here to be a George Thompson right now. Okay, we're running a pretty solid race so far. Look at that. I mean, we didn't lose positions at the start because we gave it a push and burn. So you guys, I give you the old on that one. You made the right decision and followed your lead. We're gonna tell King to have a bit of a push here. He's on the medium, so he should be able to catch up to Woods relatively quickly and then get the job done. He's still able to focus up, maybe, just maybe. This is an overtaken lap. Russo's in the zone as well. I guess we could push him as well. Yeah, let's go for it. Why not? Mendes has gone for a pit stop and is now in 5th. But of course, on the net, you know, net score, Mendes is running in 4th. Okay. Russo's still going well. Let's calm him down now. King is now leading the race because the others are pitted. Oh, no. Nilsson's pitted, but we got past Paul Woods. There we go. Well done, Edward King. Running in net 2nd now, technically. And we'll have to pit stop soon. So you know what? We'll go for a push and a pit stop. Hard tyres aren't making it to the end, so it's mediums again. Well done, Russo. Let's push again. Try and build that gap to Mendes so that when we do pit, we don't actually lose that position. One of the Popes has DNF'd. Christoph Fischer is going to have to retire. We come out of the pits in 3rd for King. Russo is running a good race. You know what we might just do? We might just tell King to let Russo by. If Russo catches up, because they are running a different strategy. I want Russo to drive and go and go and go and go. And then when the pit stop happens, you'll be able to, you know, they'll get those positions back. It might seem counterintuitive, but the reason is that if Russo, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to now. You know, the gap is a little bit more. But if Russo does catch up to Edward King, okay, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So we'll change that. We'll get rid of that for now. But that was something that we could think about doing. You know, we send Russo on, and then when he pits, he loses less time. And then if need be, you just swap them back later. You can always do that as well. They're both in the zone. Okay, so it's another push. We don't need to push King right now. No, you know what we are? We're going to do it. We're going to give him a push. Try and catch up to Nielsen a little bit. King's in the zone. That's great. Russo, we're going to look at about lap 33. Yeah, 33, 34. For Russo to come into the pits. And we will calm them down now. Okay, so that is Paul Woods making the first stop. And Mendes has actually got out in front of Woods after one stop each. So Paul Woods extending on the hard tyres didn't do him any favours. Didn't do him any favours whatsoever. Russo in the zone. Okay, give it a push again. Let's push maybe even 2 laps and then pit. Come back out in 5th. King's in the zone. You can have a push as well. Can we burn? Not just yet. Okay. Okay, we're going to calm you down. The gap between King and Nielsen is only 3 seconds. It's very close. Okay, Russo's done really well to extend that higher. I think it only makes sense to put him on another set of hards. And then we can push, we can burn, and we can just go to the end of the race. I don't have to worry about him. Let's calm down Edward King. Although he has caught up to Nielsen, which is great. I don't know if Nielsen's hard tyre is going to make it to the end. Because his pit stop was, I don't know, around about lap 30? I'm going to guess. Maybe a little bit earlier. So I don't fully know if... Okay, can we burn? I don't fully know if that's going to be... I think Nielsen's going to have to pit again. So are we. So maybe just when Nielsen pits, depending on our tyres, we might pit as well. Okay, Russo's in the zone, but let's calm him down. Now, he's running in 5th, don't forget. He was running in 5th anyway, so he's not exactly losing out at the minute. Going on this strategy. And if anyone does pit in front of him, he might make up time. So, we'll just keep an eye on that. Russo's in the zone again. Let's give it a push. And can we burn? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Okay. So, King is having trouble getting past Anders Nielsen, but that's exactly what we want. We want to be forcing... Oh my word, Russo's gone fastest. We want to be forcing Nielsen under pressure and getting the job done. There we go. Well done, Edward King. We are going to pit maybe lap... Okay. Oh, that's very interesting. We've got a red flag because of Dan Jansen. The good thing is, we haven't really lost anything because of that. The medium tyres are not going to make it to the end. We will not be able to push as much. It's going to have to be hards, and it will give us the opportunity to push more. Okay. Russo's gone fastest. I think Russo, again, it's going to be the hard tyre. We want to just make sure we can get these cars to the end without having to pit. The amount of time you would lose on a pit stop with this 23 lap, it's more or less a sprint race now. You don't want to be pitting. You do not want to be pitting at all. I am ready to pause it to make sure we are burning off this start. We are. Let's go. Edward King out in front. We're on the hard tyre. Most cars have gone onto the hard tyre. A couple have gone onto the medium. But the thing is, with that, you won't be able to push. Because if you push, and you push, and you push, and you get rid of the rubber on those tyres, you're going to make yourself pit. And you don't want to be pitting. Unless, of course, they knew that there was rain coming. Oh, that could be close. Have they made a really good decision? Did they know there was rain coming? Hard to tell. Hard to say. Russo is in 5th and is, oh, make that 4th because he's got past one of the Waylands. And now he's got past the other Wayland because we are able to burn. I'm never going to stop going on about it, guys. When you are able to burn all the way to the end, you give yourself just such a higher chance of getting the passes done, you know, getting those overtakes done at the end of the race. Edward King is giving a bit of a push now because we want to try and open up a little bit of a gap if we can. It's not really happening right now, but 3.5 is okay. It's okay. Russo. Can you get Nielsen? Can you give us a 1-2? It's a sprint race. It's turned into a sprint race. All-out sprint. Anytime. Oh, okay, so the rain is going to appear, but it's not going to stick around. So I don't think there's actually any benefit to being on the medium tyre. Russo can't focus. That's not helpful. Nielsen and King, the gap has opened up. Another second or so between them. King's in the zone. That means push. Russo is not. Dang it. Do you want the 1-2 or not? Ah, look at that. There's the evidence, guys. There is the evidence. Mendez doesn't think the mediums are going to make it to the end and has lost that position. Neither does Lefebvre. There's the evidence. The medium tyre was the wrong tyre. Definitely. Only 11 laps to go. I hold out some hope that Russo will be able to catch Anders Nielsen. But I need him to focus. And when he focuses, we burn. Sorry, we push. And we try and bring that gap down. It's 7.3 right now. King is in the zone. Russo is not. However, I don't really need to push King. He's got a 5-second gap. I don't need to tempt it. There is a bit of rain now. I don't need to tempt fate. Russo has got the gap down to 6.6. Make that 6.5. Keep going. 6.4. Okay, so it is coming down. It's slow, but it is coming down. So if he can focus up a couple of laps, we've got 7 laps to make 7 seconds. No, 6 seconds. Focus up, buddy. Just... It's all I need from you. Second place is there for you. It's there for you. If only you can... He's not focusing up again. Driving me crazy. Come on, here we go. This is the lap. There we go, in the zone. I want to see this gap come down fast. It is coming down pretty dang fast. It really is. He set the fastest lap with a 51.10. Under 5 seconds. Under 5 seconds. 4 laps to go. You can do it. Go on. Keep going. Okay, calm it down. Calm it down for like maybe a lap or 2. No, probably only 1. And then focus up again this lap. Here we go. This is your chance. This is second place is there for you. You've just got to be fast on these last couple of laps. He's in the zone again. That's what I'm asking for. That's what I need. Get it below 4 seconds. Oh, Nielsen's burning. And gone fastest. Okay, that does not look like it's coming down. So, fair enough. Now, what we're going to have to try and do is get that fastest lap with King. So, let's see if he can do it. We are going to push him now. He's on the last lap. I want to see if I can take that fastest lap away from Anders Nielsen. No. He's not able to. Wait. Anders Nielsen lost it on the last corner. That's not even a corner. Dan Jansen's in the hospital. Anders Nielsen is fine. Took the fastest lap. Finishes 5th. Gets 11 points for it, but didn't actually finish because these guys who are a lap down or more can't overtake him. You know, they'd have to overtake him the number of laps that he had lapped them. So he does finish in 5th for race distance completed. But that was on the last corner. What on earth? We've just been gifted a 1-2. We've just been gifted a 1-2. The champagne flies. Giovanni Russo. What a freaking performance. We take 43 points. 44-point gap between Edward King and Anders Nilsson. Giovanni Russo has 39 points, so he's just going to try and keep climbing. And we are 45 points. Waylander above Ezzolini. What on earth? Ezzolini. Hans Becker will race for Chapman for 2 races. That was crazy. It wasn't even a corner. You know, like that. Let me quickly explain what I mean by that. So Anders Nilsson kind of lost it here. That's not a corner. You know, like a corner is you're going this direction. You are forced to change direction. And then, you know, you're going straight again. You know, you're going left and then right. That's not a corner. That is like a turn. Or like, you know, a bend in the road where you're steady on that control. You know, you're not going like, and then back and then back. And then you're just like, okay, I'm holding my steering there. So it must have hit like standing water. Must have tried to accelerate at the wrong time or something to get out of that like kind of sweeping turn. He lost it. And Russo takes second, which is just, you know, congratulations to him. And it's a 1-2 for the team. But I was so confused. I was like, how did Russo get second? And then I see that the Nilsson's car isn't moving. That's bonkers. That's crazy. That's racing. Thank you for watching, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed. Please do leave your comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. I don't always ask that, but yeah, that would be nice as well. And you can see we're at 904 subs. So, you know, if you've got people you think might enjoy the content, throw the channel out there. See if we can get up to 1,000. If we get up to 1,000, that's when I can like start to maybe even up the amount of content, because when you hit 1,000, you can start to monetize. And if the channel is able to monetize, I may be able to just put more stuff out. So yeah, if we can get to 1,000, that'd be really cool. Thank you for watching, guys. Until next time.